You finish dinner, you feel full, satisfied, maybe even tired, and then you do something completely natural, something millions do every night without thinking. But if you're over 50, that simple action could be quietly setting up your heart for a silent attack. An attack that strikes without warning, often while you're resting or sleeping. An attack that happens not because of genetics or bad luck, but because of what you did in the hour after your meal. Every year, thousands of adults over 50 suffer heart attacks during evening hours. And here's what emergency cardiologists see repeatedly. The trigger wasn't what they ate, it was what they did immediately after eating. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the 5 most dangerous post-dinner habits. Habits that feel harmless, even healthy. Habits that push your cardiovascular system into silent emergency. And most importantly, you'll learn exactly what to do instead, starting tonight. My name is Dr. Charles Bennett, and I've spent over 2 decades in cardiovascular medicine with adults over 50. After age 50, your heart does not recover from stress the way it did at 30. Your arteries are stiffer, your blood pressure regulation is more sensitive, your heart muscle has less reserve capacity. So, when you put sudden pressure on your cardiovascular system right after eating, you're creating the perfect conditions for a cardiac event. Digestion is not passive. When you eat, blood flow redirects to your stomach and intestines. Your heart rate increases, blood pressure rises. This is normal. But if you're over 50 and combine active digestion with certain actions, you can overload your cardiovascular system in deadly ways. A European Heart Journal study of 80,000 adults found that people who engaged in high-risk activities immediately after eating had significantly higher rates of sudden cardiac events. The difference was dramatic. During digestion, blood supply to your digestive organs demands increased flow. Your heart works harder. Blood is pulled from other areas. Foods high in fat or salt cause spikes in blood viscosity and inflammation. If your arteries are narrowed by plaque, common after 50, and you add stress on top of digestion, blood flow to your heart muscle becomes insufficient. That's ischemia. If it lasts long enough, heart cells die. That's a heart attack. Many post-dinner heart attacks are silent. No crushing chest pain. Just subtle discomfort, fatigue, nausea. People think it's indigestion. They go to bed. By morning, irreversible damage has occurred. Now, let's expose the 5 most dangerous habits people practice right after dinner. These are the actions that emergency cardiologists see again and again in patients who didn't know they were at risk. The first deadly post-dinner habit, going to bed or lying flat immediately after eating. You finish dinner, feel tired, and lie on the couch or go to bed. But when you lie flat, gravity no longer helps digestion. Food movement slows. Stomach acid rises, causing reflux. Acid reflux doesn't just cause heartburn. It stimulates the vagus nerve, which affects heart rhythm. In people over 50, this can trigger arrhythmias that become life-threatening. Lying down while digesting increases cardiovascular workload. Blood pressure doesn't drop during rest. Heart rate stays elevated. If you have coronary artery disease, this stress reduces oxygen to your heart. Silent ischemia begins. An American Journal of Cardiology study found people who went to bed within 1 hour of eating had 76% higher risk of nocturnal cardiac events compared to those who waited 2 hours. I treated Richard, 63, healthy and active. His routine, dinner at 7 p.m., couch by 7:30, bed by 8:30. One night, mild chest pressure at 9 p.m. He thought it was heartburn. By 2 a.m., it was severe. Tests showed a heart attack hours earlier. His cardiologist said if he'd stayed upright 90 minutes after dinner, it might not have happened. Solution: remain upright 90 to 120 minutes after eating. Sit comfortably or walk gently. Give your heart time to stabilize. The second deadly post-dinner habit, taking a hot shower or bath immediately after eating. Hot water causes vasodilation, widening blood vessels. Blood pressure drops. Your body increases heart rate to maintain circulation, but your heart is already working harder from digestion. Add vasodilation, and your cardiovascular system overloads. When you enter hot water, body temperature rises. To cool down, blood redirects to your skin, reducing flow to internal organs, including your heart. With coronary blockage, this reduction triggers ischemia. Japanese research documented sudden cardiac deaths in baths, particularly among older adults, often within 2 hours after eating. The combination of digestion and extreme heat creates what cardiologists call a perfect storm. Linda, 58, had controlled hypertension. Evening routine, dinner at 6 p.m., hot bath at 6:45. One evening in the bath, she felt lightheaded, then chest tightness. She collapsed. Her husband found her unconscious. She survived, but imaging showed a cardiac event from digestion and heat exposure. Wait at least 90 minutes after eating before hot showers or baths. If earlier, use warm water, keep it short. If you feel lightheaded, nausea, or chest discomfort, stop immediately. The third deadly post-dinner habit: engaging in intense physical activity or exercise. Exercise is healthy, but timing matters. Many people run, lift weights, or do intense cardio right after dinner, believing it burns calories or aids digestion. It can be fatal. During digestion, blood flow concentrates in your gastrointestinal system. During exercise, muscles demand increased blood and oxygen. When both happen simultaneously, your cardiovascular system is forced to choose. Often, neither area gets adequate supply. Your heart works at maximum capacity. Heart rate spikes. Blood pressure soars. If coronary arteries are narrowed, this double demand leads to insufficient oxygen delivery. A Journal of the American College of Cardiology study found significant percentages of sudden cardiac deaths during exercise occurred within 2 hours of large meals. Digestion plus exertion created cardiac overload, triggering fatal arrhythmias or heart attacks. After eating, especially high-fat or carb meals, blood glucose and insulin spike. These changes affect how efficiently your heart uses oxygen. Add intense exercise, and you push your heart towards sudden failure. If you want evening exercise, do it before dinner or wait 2 to 3 hours after. If you need to move after dinner, choose gentle walking, not intense activity. A slow 10 to 15-minute walk aids digestion without overloading your heart. The fourth deadly post-dinner habit: smoking or drinking alcohol immediately after eating. Smoking right after eating is particularly harmful. Nicotine causes vasoconstriction, narrowing blood vessels. This raises blood pressure and forces your heart to pump harder. Combined with digestion's cardiac workload, post-dinner smoking creates acute blood pressure spikes that rupture vulnerable plaques. When a plaque ruptures, a clot forms, blocking blood flow. That's a heart attack or stroke. European Society of Cardiology research found smoking within 1 hour of eating increased acute coronary event risk by nearly 300% compared to other times. Digestive stress plus nicotine-induced vasoconstriction creates peak cardiovascular strain. Alcohol presents a different danger. Moderate amounts may not harm, but excessive alcohol causes dangerous heart rhythm disturbances. Alcohol initially dilates vessels, dropping blood pressure. As your body metabolizes it, rebound effects occur. Heart rate becomes irregular. Blood pressure spikes. If this happens during digestion stress, arrhythmia or cardiac arrest risk increases significantly. Solution: do not smoke, ever. If you drink alcohol, do so in strict moderation. And avoid heavy drinking hours after eating. Your heart cannot handle multiple stressors simultaneously after 50. The fifth deadly post-dinner habit: drinking ice-cold water or consuming cold foods immediately after eating. Cold water seems harmless, even refreshing, but research shows consuming very cold liquids right after meals can negatively affect digestion and cardiovascular function. When you consume ice-cold water after eating, especially after fatty meals, cold temperature can cause fats to solidify in your digestive tract. This slows digestion and burdens your system. Sudden cold exposure to stomach and esophagus can trigger vagal reflexes, nerve pathways affecting heart rhythm. In sensitive individuals over 50, this causes bradycardia, abnormally slow heart rate, or other arrhythmias. Evidence suggests cold water consumed rapidly can cause temporary coronary artery spasm. While brief in someone with coronary artery disease, even short spasm can reduce blood flow enough to trigger ischemia. Safest approach: drink room temperature or warm water after meals. Avoid ice-cold beverages for 30 to 60 minutes after eating. If you must drink cold water, sip slowly rather than gulping. Now that you know these 5 deadly habits, understand what's happening inside your arteries during post-dinner hours. Step 1. Food enters your stomach. Digestive hormones and enzymes release. Blood flow to your gastrointestinal system increases dramatically, up to 70%. Step 2. Your heart increases pumping activity. Heart rate rises. Blood pressure increases. Step 3. If you add stress, heat, cold, or exertion, your cardiovascular system responds to multiple demands simultaneously. Blood pressure spikes. Heart rate becomes irregular. Oxygen demand exceeds supply. Step 4. In people with coronary artery disease, millions of adults over 50, this imbalance creates ischemia. Heart muscle cells suffer. If severe or prolonged, cells die. That's a heart attack. Step 5. Many heart attacks are silent. No dramatic chest pain, just vague discomfort dismissed as indigestion. By the time symptoms become obvious, significant damage has occurred. This happens quietly, invisibly, repeatedly, until one evening the stress becomes too much. But this is preventable, completely preventable. You don't need expensive treatments or extreme lifestyle changes. You need a simple, structured post-dinner routine. The heart-safe post-dinner protocol. 6:30 to 7 p.m. Eat a balanced dinner. Focus on lean proteins, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Avoid heavy, greasy, or excessively salty meals. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly. 7:06 to 7:15 p.m. Remain seated, sip room temperature water. Engage in calm conversation or quiet activity. 7:15 to 8:30 p.m. Light movement. Take a gentle 10 to 15 minute walk. This aids digestion without overloading your heart. If walking isn't possible, remain upright in a comfortable chair. 8:30 to 9 p.m. If you want to shower or bathe, this is the safest window. Use warm water, not hot. Keep showers under 15 minutes. 9 p.m. onward. You can now lie down safely. Your digestive system has had adequate time to process food. Your heart has stabilized. The risk of post-dinner cardiac events has dropped significantly. This routine reduces post-dinner cardiovascular stress by more than 60%, according to studies on circadian cardiovascular function and meal timing. Let me summarize the 5 deadly post-dinner habits you must avoid if you're over 50. 1. Lying down or going to bed immediately after eating. 2. Taking a hot shower or bath right after dinner. 3. Engaging in intense exercise within 2 hours of eating. 4. Smoking or drinking excessive alcohol after meals. 5. Consuming ice-cold water or foods immediately after eating. Each one of these habits alone increases your risk. Together, they create a deadly pattern that silently damages your cardiovascular system night after night until sudden disaster strikes. The truth is both painful and empowering. Many evening heart attacks are not fate. They are not bad luck. They are not inevitable consequences of aging. They are preventable outcomes of daily habits. Now that you know these habits, you have the power to change them. Tonight, not next week. Tonight, your heart has worked every single second of your life. It has beaten over 2 billion times. It deserves your respect and protection, especially during vulnerable hours after eating. Subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share life-saving cardiovascular information for adults over 50. Like this video. It helps this message reach others who don't yet know they're at risk. Leave a comment. Write, "I'm changing my post-dinner routine tonight." Your commitment might inspire someone else. Share this video with someone you love, a spouse, a parent, a friend. You may never know whose life you protect. Dinner should nourish you, not endanger you. Take control tonight. This is Dr. Charles Bennett. Protect your heart. It's the only one you have.